And now you're live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Forever in a Day Season 2 After Show. This is kind of a special show because today we are going to be discussing the Season 2 Mid Premiere. Did I say that right, Candice?
The Mid Season Premiere, yes.
Mid Season Premiere. I had premiere in there. That's what I needed for Season 2.
Right.
There we go.
Season 2. We're halfway there.
Correct. I am your host, Matthew Preston. And I have my co-host with me, Candice, Mack. How you doing, Candice, Mack?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, sweetie?
You know, it's a lovely rainy day, but why not just brighten it up with some lovely fun? And I think that's what this Sunday is going to bring. Sunday Fun Day, right?
Sunday Fun Day. Make it
and by
fun
the way,
for yourself.
I tell you this all the time. Your hair looks amazing.
You know, sometimes I'm going to tell you something. We're in the season now. Spring has sprung, right? So change it up a little bit. Brighten, like you said, brighten your day, brighten a Sunday. So that's what I did. So Danielle would approve, I think. Mm-hmm.
I definitely think she would have. And so let's bring on. We have 3 special guests, not just one. We have 3. This might have been the first time this has happened. A trifecta of amazing talent. We have Mackenzie Bell, Lacretia Lyon, and Brett Lawrence. Let's bring them all on. Hello, everyone. You can reveal yourselves.
There's Mackenzie. There's the one and only Lacretia, and then there's Brett.
Traffic was murder. I'm sorry, I can do that on the show, right?
You can.
It's Shady Sunday.
Shady Sunday Fun Day.
Listen, I love shady anything. This is very true for the weather. Oh my gosh. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm so happy to see all of your smiley, cheery faces. So let's get to it with people who don't know. By the way, shame on you. But no shame, because maybe you're just like tuning into Forever in a Day. You just found it. You're like, I love this show and I want to know more. Well, that's why you came to the after show. So one by one, starting with the new girl on the block, Mackenzie Bell, tell us who you play and tell us where you're from.
I play Sky, and I'm originally from Syracuse, New York, upstate.
Nice.
Way upstate.
You're not there now? No.
No, I'm in Northern California right now.
Oh, how's the weather?
But normally live in New York City. Oh. So just, all over the place.
That sounds heavenly.
Yeah.
Well, of course, we're going to definitely talk more about Sky, but we love, oh my God, this character is bonkers, and we love
Sky.
And next up,
I love it too.
Next up, we got Brett Lawrence. Brett Lawrence, who plays, do you know how we pronounce your name, Brett?
Gunner.
No. Gooner.
I don't even know how to pronounce my own name.
No, because that's what
that's what Lucinda.
We call Mama Lou. Mama Lou calls him Gooner.
Oh, okay. So that's why.
But it's Gunner. Yeah, it's Gunner.
Wait, Brett, is this your second time on the after show?
It is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And welcome back. But also tell us, where are you from currently?
My father was in the Air Force, so that's a trick question. The short answer is I've been in LA since 1984, raised my kids here. This is home. So I'm in LA right now, and I love LA.
So this is Callie. Callie's in the house right now because next up we have Lacretia Lyon, who is no stranger to JLJ Media. She's on I can't even count, 4, maybe 5 shows on JLJ Media?
I think I've probably been on a few, yes. I regularly, James and I started doing the GH After Show over at AfterBuzz TV, and apparently we liked each other, so I stuck around.
And of course, remind us again, Lacretia, what character do you play? And let's not forget, and even though I know the answer to this, where are you from? Where currently?
Well, of course, I play Caitlin Harper, guys. And I'm from Tyler, Texas. Like Brett, LA is my home, and I can't wait to get back. But due to this crazy time, I'm still here chilling in my hometown.
Wow.
Condolences.
I love it. By the way, Candice, Tyler, Texas sounds like a really good soap opera character name.
Oh yeah, definitely a porn star name too.
Say that.
Yeah.
Get out of my head.
Well,
I did an ID
I see
channel
you
show
thinking
called
it.
Tyler, Texas Justice.
There you go.
Oh my God! Speaking of, guys, have y'all been watching the new Walker? If
I
not,
have.
I have not.
you kind of have to.
there's a new Walker Texas Ranger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and it's absolutely nothing like the original Walker Texas Ranger. But
No, it's
Is that a
not.
good thing or a bad thing?
Well, yes and no, because I love me some Jared Padalecki. I watched him for 15 seasons on Supernatural, and he is great in it. The acting is superb, but the show itself, there was a quote that even summed it up so well that one of the characters said, "Sometimes things don't have to be good to be good." And I'm like, yep, they're self-aware.
Listen, anybody's seen that show because it's such a cult classic. I mean, you already know what you're dealing with.
Yeah,
pretty much. So it's interesting, but so is Forever and a Day. It's interesting.
This is true. This is true.
These three right here that you're watching, I'm going to say this real quick. This is off script. These three actors, they play three interesting characters that you guys, the audience, have emailed us. You told us, you was like, I'm so intrigued. And for me, and I'm going to speak for Casey too, writing for these characters is one thing. When they perform the scenes and they give it their all. And of course, with the mid-season premiere, there was a lot of emotions, you know, especially with Gunnar and Caitlin. As for me, I was really emotional. And we'll talk about why. But I just want to say these three, including Matthew, including everybody, you guys are a blessing. And I've always said that to you guys. We appreciate you, but.
Would you say we're a blessing in a day?
You're a blessing when you're a blessing every moment, every second.
Well, Candice, I want to know more about Mackenzie. So Mackenzie, tell us about your background in acting. And I also want to know, how did you get involved with Forever and a Day, or as we call FAAD or FAAD? FAAD?
FAAD. Okay. How did I get involved with acting?
Yes.
Okay, so I started doing theater in 6th grade. My mom, can I talk? My mom put me into like a children's theater class, and then I fell in love with it. And I've done mostly musicals in my life, and was on Broadway in 3 shows. And so yeah, that's my background with acting. Mostly the musical theater route. I love to sing and dance as well. And I've done a few television shows and danced on a few as well. And then how did I get involved in FAAD?
Yes. How did you get involved in this lovely intrigue of a soap opera podcast?
Well, my boyfriend plays Colin.
We know him.
He brought me in. Yes, he auditioned for it, and then I met everybody, and they asked me if I wanted to play this super awesome part, and I said, of course. And so, yeah.
That's how you network. You were networking.
Yeah.
As we call it in the biz, networking.
Exactly.
And look where it got you. It got you a part as Sky Parkhurst,
I know, I love her. She's
jilted,
so
should I say a little bit, we've already said bonkers, ex-girlfriend of
Conniving.
Oh my God, yes.
I love it. It's so fun. Just a lot of talking to myself in my childhood bedroom. I can just really picture it really well.
She had one of my favorite lines, which was with, I believe, Laken. When she was telling Laken, she was like, "My girlfriend." I love that. That was an amazing line.
I love it.
And of course, let's talk to Brett Lawrence. Brett, so you were telling us before that you are attached to some projects, and I want to know, can we talk about these attachments?
We can. I'm attached to a feature film that's going to be shooting in England in August. Playing a British.
You're going to go to UK? I love it. No.
I do a lot of British and of various levels and
Which
everything.
one is this? What part of town you go? What part of town? What county you going to?
Northampton.
thought
So
you
yeah,
know
going
it.
to
No.
Northampton. There's a house there called Holdenby House that they've got booked for it and everything. It's still in development, which means in Hollywood terms, it could never happen. But I booked the role and I'm set up for it, and it's, you know, so it's as guaranteed as anything gets in this town. So I'm really excited.
You go. I want to see you on EastEnders. And props, guys.
On the yeah.
Or Coronation Street.
Well,
I'd
no,
love to
this
see
is
you
a
on
great role.
Coronation
I get to
Street.
play an American con man posing as a wealthy Brit, and it's a supernatural chiller, crime chiller is what the genre is. So I'm not a nice guy. You know,
Much
I
like
get bashed
Gunnar.
about a lot. I don't know why. I'm a nice guy.
Yeah, Gunnar makes Dick Cheney look accepting. Oh, well, that's coming from Caitlin, but
Yeah. No, Gunnar hates Brett Lawrence. Gunnar thinks Brett Lawrence is a spineless, you know, whatever, you name it. We don't get along.
Candice, I think that you have promos. Like Brett is like pitching you some promos, some really fun promos.
I know. I'm taking it all in. I'm writing it down. I am.
Oh my gosh. And Lacretia, we know that you love soap operas. Have you, actually, I want to know on your resume, because I've seen your pictures. First off, I love your social media. I think that you do amazing things on there. What was your acting background prior to Forever and a Day?
Yeah, so I've always been more of a comedian, and that's sort of what drew me into the entertainment industry. It's funny. I mean, I was in grad school just wondering what I was going to do because I couldn't get a job with a name like Lacretia Lyon, because when your name is Lacretia Lyon, people make assumptions about you. And yeah, when you're in Dallas, Texas, it's a mixed bag of what people think about somebody with that name. That's all I go into, but it made it a funny thing. So, and the only job I could get was a job with a headshot. And luckily I'd done a Groupon for glamour shots, and it was a promo model for these liquor brands. And my boss was a horror movie actress. And I'm like, so like, you just get into that somehow? I've kind of always wanted to do it, but I'm more of a comedian. She's like, yeah, you know, just start doing open mics at this place. I'm like, oh yeah, that's how that works. And, you know, it just took off from there. I mean, it was like within a year or two from that, I moved out to LA to really hit it hard. And yeah, like, it's funny to me, as much as I love the soaps, people forget that a lot of those actors are comedians as well. Like Steve Burton is hilarious. He does a lot of stand-up. He's nothing like Jason Morgan, the character on General Hospital. So yeah, I've even taken some soap opera acting classes as well, and just things that are a little bit more in that genre. But as far as my resume, Forever and a Day, thankfully was my first soap, and I was so happy to be a part of it because Candice just texted me about it because I kept seeing y'all promote it, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then so it was nice to be a part of something like this.
I'm glad you guys are a part of it too.
Oh, I feel the love. I feel the love. So since we're all actors here, and if you haven't seen the season 2 of the Forever and a Day after show, well, shame on you for that. Actually, I will hold you accountable for that. But if you have, then you know that we like to play games and we like to have fun. So we're going to have fun with these three. We're going to play Never Have I Ever, the actors edition.
Matthew, I got one more quick little story. It's me. I've always got stories. Which is, you asked me what I was attached to. I'm also attached to a project out of Springfield, Illinois, where Casey is. And I mentioned the production company. He's like, oh, I know them. So it's, you know, small world time that Spencer Films and I are doing a short film shooting here in LA. But he was like, Spencer Films? Yeah, they come and teach at my school. And so that's that story.
Well, you also know Springfield is quite popular with a certain co-host, Candice Mack.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. Gone Light. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
He just had to do it. I was trying so hard not to talk about Gone Light for one whole day.
We can't go one episode. We can't go one day without that mention. So
I mean, Beth plays my aunt, so of course
that's true. Yeah.
I mean,
and you got Frank the
Guiding Light celebrities on.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Okay, so back to the game. Here's how the game's played. If you've never played Never Have I Ever, usually it's like at a party, you have alcohol, maybe you do have some booze. I'm not judging you. So you all have drinks, you all have beverages of some sorts, correct? There we go. I actually have a
drinking too.
So
this is so
jealous. I want
I got 2 drinks.
Yeah.
2 drinks.
Oh, 2 drinks. Okay.
Mackenzie's double fisting.
Double fisting.
No, one's for Mackenzie and one is for Sky. See, that's how we're going to.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. So we are actually going to ask the actors here, never have I ever questions. And if you have done it, you drink. If you have not, you don't drink. And after 3 done-its or drinks, we're going to have you, and that means you win the game first off, but you also have to explain how it came to be that you did that. Y'all ready?
Y'all ready for this?
What's the rating?
Candice, who's starting off? Do you want me to start or do you want to start it?
I'll start it off first. And the thing is that I'm the co-executive producer, so I want to see if you guys can be honest. I'm not going to judge you, okay? I love you guys so much.
I may.
I know.
You may judge us.
Yeah, I'm not going to judge. Okay, first question. Never have I ever arrived on set drunk.
Oh.
Lacretia.
Oh my gosh. So Lacretia's the only one.
Really?
Okay. Okay.
Well, what does it say? When everyone was shocked I didn't have alcohol, and it's like 1 o'clock here when we started, but it's still just, I'm what you call functional. Yeah. let's just say, I could certainly work on a certain soap opera where that's been a big problem, but luckily.
You know what?
She went there.
Shady Sunday.
I almost said Shady Sunday. Shady Sunday. Okay, so if we had a graphics, maybe if we had a graphics department, we would put 1 point for Lacretia. The next question is, never have I ever had a wardrobe malfunction of any kind.
Yeah.
Oh, all 3 of them. All 3 of them. Don't tell us why yet. Don't tell us why. Okay. You have to win the game to tell us why. But Lacretia is she's
leading.
Hashtag winning.
I know. Let's see. Never have I ever had a crush on your scene partner. Or wait, I'm gonna take that away. Never have I ever have a crush or any of my cast members. Well, of course.
Never?
This is a tie game. I love it. So save it. We're gonna save that. This is getting interesting. Remember those questions, Candice.
And then Candice is gonna reveal like they've hired James Patrick Stewart for season 3, right? Now that I'm being liar. It's mug.
Please manifest that. Okay, next question. Never have I ever lied on a resume. Oh, and game's over.
Game's over.
I'm just like,
Lacretia
I've never lied on a resume. I'm pretty truthful, like when it
phone.
comes to the resume, but we
wait,
all
Brett
fudge
too?
a little bit.
Wait, Brett did.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear.
Okay, so wait, this is a tie, right? It's 3-3.
No, wait a minute. Let's see.
Yeah, because I didn't have a crush. Yeah.
3-3.
Okay.
So let's do a tiebreaker. Mackenzie, unfortunately, I do want to know more. But
don't worry. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out more. But sadly, you are the runner-up. So we have something for you at Forever and a Day After Show. It is something that your heart will be like so, but still, we're gonna send it to you. It is the James Lyon Jr. book series of Forever and a Day, now available at JLJ Media on Amazon.com.
Wow.
Yes, folks, you can find out all about what's going on with your favorite Forever and a Day characters and new characters. Go to Amazon.com and get yours today. So we'll be sending that to you. Thanks for playing the game. All right.
See, Candice, you could be perfect in like one of the main things I did in LA sometimes for money when you just needed the cash was be a professional audience member. It's hate to say it, guys. Most of these people are paid to do this, but I was like, as you're doing it, I was like flashbacks of being like, woo, because you got to yell when they're giving away free stuff. And that was spot on, girl. Like,
you know I would do it. I do.
Perfect.
They're paid?
Not all the time, like, but most shows, especially like shows that shoot in, like, there's so many legalities, like a lot of game shows and things where people are just paid to be there.
It's also a lot of the people that are paid to be there are tourists, so they come to LA and they want to be on TV and they end up being in the audience, and they'll go wait in line in front of CBS studios for 2 hours to get on X game show.
It was really awesome to live
do
across
that wait in line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they just did it because they wanted to.
On a lot of game shows, half the audience are
Yeah.
like tourists, and the other half are paid actors that need that $40 or whatever.
I think we just revealed a lot to our audience about that.
we did.
So,
But here is the tie-breaking question.
All right.
That I want. We got more too if you didn't do it, but we're gonna find out. Never have I ever gotten to a fight with one of my co-stars. Oh, Brett Lawrence wins the game.
What?
Yeah,
He
Brett.
came out of nowhere and just stole it from me.
took it
It's
in
a
the end.
shocking win.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Probably
Brett,
the least
now we
exciting. You
have to
probably
focus
would
on-
rather be talking to Mackenzie or Lacretia.
Oh no.
Now we have to focus on you. Okay, let's talk about that last question. You were such a nice person, a nice guy. How could anybody fight with you? What happened?
Well, it wasn't a physical fist fight, but it was this friend of mine that I'd known as an actor, and we only got along so well, and he wanted me to work on this project with him. And so I get there and we start working on it, and I'm not going to mention names because this guy cannot act. I mean, I'm fairly humble and I've got a lot to learn, but I'm sitting across from this guy going, "You stink." And then the project that he had, supposedly this agent from CAA or something had given him from a big agency, and it was for him to maybe get into this agency. And I'm like, why, is this? And the project was horrible. I mean, it was written so poorly. Everybody had these long monologues just back and forth. It wasn't conversation. It was just monologue. And I'm like, and so we started off slowly. And I'm like, you mind if I approach rewriting this? No, this came from CAA, and it just went, I ended up leaving. We got together, we were going to work on this thing, and we were really hot back and forth. And then I walked out.
Wow. Thank you so much for spilling the tea on that. I love that.
Brett just owned me in
shadiness
too.
No shade at all.
Yeah, I was like, you just owned me in that department as well. So you won the game, and you've now given a shadier story than any of the stuff I said. So
I want to change the rules just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm going to change the rules. Lacretia, there you are. What did you lie on your resume about?
Oh, it's funny because it's sort of like on Friends. You remember when Joey always had that he spoke French, and he gets schooled in that by Phoebe, and she just can't help him. Well, I spoke a little French, but you put on there fluent. So it really wasn't that big of a deal. But when you're trying to patent your resume, and get jobs, it's like, ooh, it sounds so nice to say I'm fluent in French, even though I can really just say the bad words in a few things. But no.
Oh my gosh, I do love that scene. That's when he's like,
yes.
"Cheveux bleu, Claude." And he goes, that's not quite right. So then, Mackenzie, I have to ask you, you had a crush on your scene partner and or co-star and or cast member. Can we talk about that? Who was it? Who is it?
I'm sure that I had lots of crushes on lots of cast members over the years, but also Quinn and I did do Jersey Boys together.
Yeah.
We didn't actually start dating until oh, my dog is whining at me. We didn't actually start dating until 8 years later. But I definitely had a crush on him when I did Jersey Boys with him.
Oh,
but also lots of other people, lots of people.
That is
especially when
so
you're doing a show for a long period of time. You're
yeah,
the crushes, they come and go.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Aw.
you already know. It's like, if anybody has seen the show Smash, it's like that. It's kind of like behind
Yeah.
the scenes.
Yeah.
People start dating and hooking up, and then there's.
Yeah, a lot of
But
that.
that's the fun. That's the fun of having a theater family.
Yeah,
Mhm.
being like 22 in a show with lots of cute boys, you know.
Of course. Hey, Candice. Hey, Candice. Can you tell me what's going on in the chat room? I feel like it's like the window that we don't have during a
In
talk
the
show.
chat room, we have, well, of course, there's JLJ Media who says hello.
Hi,
And of
JLJ
course,
Media.
and of course, there's
Sounds
some
like
people in there saying hello. Let's see, we have a couple of people still signing on right now. So as we get into it, you know, want to give a shout out to Kenny Clark, who's always there for us.
We love Kenny.
So yeah, there's people coming in and saying hello. And somebody actually says, Brett, you are the man. I love Gunner.
There you go.
That's great to hear.
There
Like
you
I said,
go.
Brett and Gunner don't get along, so it's a double-edged sword for me.
Brett, I do have to say, like, as Jonah, I wish that Jonah was as devious as Gunnar. Because, like,
I need a goatee.
Jonah
I mean-
is sleazy, but Brett, oh my God.
I
Brett is
I mean-
diabolical.
I would just say, you know, maybe the writers, you know, I don't know them personally because I'm a fan of the show. But you know, I, you know, who knows down the line? Who knows? Stay tuned. I don't know. We
Oh my
watch soaps. You know, I don't know. Do you know? I don't know.
We're going to talk about the latest episode of Forever and a Day. Candice, are you ready? Are you all ready? Because we're going to ask your opinions about this. We're going to see, like, I want some behind the scenes stories if you have any. So who's ready to recap and get into the Forever and a Day business?
Always ready.
All right, I'll start it off. Gunnar, aka Gunnar, is hesitant over Caitlin to Elaine. He can't accept his own daughter. Laken is searching for Caitlin. Jonah and Miranda try calming Elaine down after a shattered picture. Laken loses it over Gunnar and that she is surrounded by delusional politicians, but Elaine lets Laken know her place. Then Elaine reacquaints herself with booze and drugs.
Dun, dun.
Oh.
By the way, these are my notes. I literally recap, like I will listen.
Yeah.
That's how I write. A lot going on.
Yeah, this is again, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of our listeners, they are so invested in the storyline because this is actually real. You know, we're dealing with politicians, and of course, you know, with politicians, everybody has a dark side to it. You see the family, they're all like smiles and cheers, but behind the smiles, there's so much drama. This was also Caitlin's worst nightmare in a sense, because again, if you've been following the story, she's been afraid of what others, but mostly her dad, had to think about her, you know, being gay. The fact that Sky,
That's the next plot. Don't you talk about that plot yet. You will.
I know, but still, like, I have to do like my aunt did. Because it's like, you know, what do? You know, you have Elaine who's being a mom, and we talked about this, is that there's a lot of people who are listening who are actually going through a situation like this of, you know, you're not having both parents on the same side. But with again, the performances that because Brett is so not like Gunnar at all, folks. And I'm going to give you a behind the scenes. I think we did talk to, you know, Brett, you know, to make sure that, because we want to make sure everybody is comfortable with it. Because sometimes, I mean, even though as actors, you go there, you have to go there. And sometimes as a writer, you don't want to disrespect them in any kind of way, because again, we have to think outside of the show. It's like, okay, what do people really think? Are they going to think Brett is really like Gunnar? Are they going to think Lacretia and Mackenzie are like their characters? Let me tell you something, they're not. Thank God. But I'm curious to you guys about how did you feel about that scene, those scenes with, you know, Gunnar not really accepting Caitlin, Lacretia.
I would love
Brett,
to hear that from Brett himself, from Gunnar himself.
Well,
Yeah.
from Brett's point of view, it was tough because I am completely accepting of all of that. My son is trans and bi, and I have no problems with any of the LGBTQ spectrum whatsoever. I actually am like adopted dad to many of my friends' children because their dads aren't accepted.
Make me cry. Don't you make me cry.
Don't cry, Matthew. Don't cry, Matthew.
As an actor, there's one thing I never want to do. If I'm cast in the part, I don't ever apologize in my performance for what that character is saying. And my character has to say things that I completely disagree with, but I'm never going to hold back. You know, so Gunnar I played, and I can find Gunnar in me. I can find that guy, you know, easily. We all can. If you're honest with yourself, you can find all shades of experience. So I can find Gunnar in me, and I just let him out. So you know, I didn't want to shortchange the audience by sort of acting like, oh, I'm going to say this, but I'm not really going to believe it.
Right.
You can't do that.
And I absolutely love the confrontation between Laken and Elaine.
Yeah.
Because it was great to see Laken kind of really stand up for her relationship and finally say, you all are, this is our lives, and you have ruined it, and you don't understand how I feel. Like she was literally going after everybody. But then Elaine is like, wait a minute, Missy, you need to remember that I support you both, and you're coming after the wrong person.
Yeah, all I hear about this is everybody loves Caitlin except for Gunnar. I mean, even Sky, like, I love this triangle. I love this storyline. And as Brett was talking, I remember when we taped this scene, and he took it really hard, but that's what made it work so well. And I assume as a father, that had to have hurt, especially because, like you say, you're absolutely nothing like that. And for me too, like, you know, my parents were never really together. So like, and of course they disagreed on stuff, but both of them are very liberal and very accepting. So this was never something that I've dealt with, because I mean, they are those, you know, or they were supportive parents. But you know, I have friends who have these stories, and that's where you pull from. And you have to also be able to put yourself in that shoes of what it's like to feel when a parent doesn't accept who you are.
Yeah. And Mackenzie, actually, I want to know, when did you find out that Sky is the Augustus blackmailer?
I can't even remember when I found that out. But I guess it was never shocking to me. I mean, she had a reason to come back and was very delusional on how she was going to get Caitlin back by like ruining her life and her family. But I can't remember when exactly I found that out. It may have been like the first episode I came on.
Yeah.
Yeah. We kind of told, I'll give you a behind the scenes. We never told anybody anything.
No.
Until like
I don't know anything.
They kept everything under.
We keep, because we want the reaction. So I think, Mackenzie, when we told you that she was going to be a part of it, I think it wasn't until we emailed the script is when you found out. And I just remember two people in the cast had emailed and said, "What?" And I was like, Y'all thought it was Danielle.
No one knew who it was. It was a
it was a total surprise. Right. So
huge mystery.
That's coming back to me. It's been a minute.
Yeah,
so
it has been.
The next plot, by the way, I want to read this just like she would. Mama Lou informs Emma that she's leaving unless Emma returns to the farm with her. Mama Lou reminds her daughter that she has a secret with Alex. Emma is given an ultimatum. Augustus or mommy. By the way, as I was doing that, I literally was living my Moira Rose fantasy.
Yes.
And I think that's where she was pulling from.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder, should I put my crow costume on? Because my grandmother had a crow's costume, and I was like, I'm keeping this for Moira Rose.
Oh my gosh.
That's good.
So,
oh my gosh.
Well, I guess let me say this. Does anybody else kind of think that Mama Lou is going to threaten? Because what she did say, she was like, I would never tell anybody this secret, but she could totally use it as a weapon if she's not already to be like, if you don't come back with me, I'm going to tell everyone, but you're not going to know it's me, and I might just tell Gooner.
She is nothing like Crystal with the K Carey, because I mean, on All My Children, she supported her hoe daughter throughout all the story.
Oh my God!
And then I'm like, Lucinda, I'm like, oh, she is like using this against her, huh? And I love me some Emma. Jeannie is so good.
Yes,
right.
I know. I say this as Colin's sister on the show, but as a fan, I'm all in for Emma.
Mama knows best. You got daddy knows best with Gunner, because he got some things up his sleeve. And then you have Mama Lou, who's just like, I'm like, okay, like at first I thought she was just going to be very supportive, but now she's doing, I'm like,
because she started kind of, like, what are you doing here, Mom? And you're just, what are you really trying to get? The fortune,
right?
The fortune. You're here for the fortune, the scheme. And then she was really there for her daughter when her daughter almost died. But then I'm kind of going back thinking, is she going back to scheming? What's up? And also, what's up with this farm? What's up?
E-I-E-I-O. I mean, it's on McDonald's farm. So
are we sure it's that kind of farm? Like maybe it's a pot farm. Maybe,
or is it E-I-E-I-Ho?
Yeah. There we go, Matthew.
All right, Candice, what is next? What plot is next?
So then we have Donovan. Ooh, Donovan. He's making sure that his muse, Stephanie, is not leaving. So guess what, folks? Stephanie, well, she uses her sexuality. She got a boob, she got a booty. She comes to kiss him, and then knees him right in the family jewels. Yeah. Can you tell we really enjoyed that part?
Well, I want to know who wrote that.
I think Casey, I'm going to say this. I gave the idea, Casey typed. Because I didn't have my thing that day. Because to me, I think it's been said on the show, with the females of Forever and a Day, there's no boo-hoo damsel in distress. We're 2021 women on this show where, we don't need, and this is not a dig or anything to the soul, we don't always need the guy to save us or to wait around. And
I don't even need him in this triangle. Like for me, there's two chicks fighting over me. Like, come on.
And that's the thing, is that this show to me represents what soap should be doing now. And so when you have the
kicking men in the junk. That's what
instead of it's just crying about it, it's just, with Stephanie and Donovan, for instance, I know there's a lot of, back and forth with like Donovan, because we all know and we've all heard, especially if you watch Law and Order, that when you're in a relationship, there's one person who is so attached to you that when you try to leave, there's something in their mind that is like, I'm never going to have this ever again. So guess what? I'm going to try to get you to be with me.
It's like that popular 80s song, which I'm not going to sing it, but never going to give you up.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you down.
No, we don't have the rights for that.
We just did FAAD just get rickrolled. Oh my God. Podcast just got rickrolled.
Yeah.
Donovan and Sky, they have a little bit in common with how they operate, I believe. All right.
And who doesn't love Stephanie? That's just a fun character. I think Christina's so good in that role.
She holds it up so well.
Yeah.
All right. What is next, Candice?
So So a character that is the saint of Augustine, I would like to perfectly say that, Danielle.
Sure.
The saint of Augustus, Danielle and Mr. being scared to JJ over their mom's trip. So they're going to go and see their mom. And she's just worried. And, you know, JJ and Danielle, real quick, they might be the best siblings on the show. I'm just saying. I'm just going to throw it
I
out
don't
there.
think so. No.
Yeah.
And also, wait,
I-
Candice, by the way, I have a prediction. Well, because, and I want to preface this to everybody who's, I always do, everyone who's listening, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't read the scripts. I don't know what, if you guys do. And this is not me trying to be a little, you know, noser, be like,
No.
no, I'm actually a fan of the show. And I listen to the
Me
show.
too.
And
Me too.
I only do the scenes. And if I need to be, I will do research. But I have a major prediction. And if it's right, I don't know. I think I might know who JJ and Daniel's mother is. I think I might know. I have a prediction. Can I say my prediction?
You can say your prediction.
Okay. I have two predictions.
Okay.
I have two.
Okay.
Here's my first prediction, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think
Spit it out, Matthew.
I
think.
this is a character. Wait. I don't have two. I have one because Candice was giving me a look like, what are you trying to say? No.
Go ahead and tell me.
Can I speak my truth, Candice?
Speak your truth for forever. Hold your peace.
I think that it might be Stephanie's mother. I think that they might have the same mother. I don't know why, but I have this feeling. And that would be an amazing bombshell if it happens. But who knows?
Because everyone on soaps are always related. That's why it gets real messy.
Totally.
Especially on days.
So who's your second? Because you said you had two.
My second was I was actually thinking maybe like Lucinda. Maybe they're gonna go see her. I don't know why. Maybe they're like, wait a minute, my kids have come to the farm and I'm not on them.
I'm gonna throw one out there for you though.
Go ahead.
What if they're not really siblings?
Wait, what?
What if they're not really siblings? What if JJ and Danielle are not brother and sister?
Oh, this is good. All right, let me ask Brett.
Stay tuned.
Trying to throw us off the scent.
Yeah, right. Who thinks what sounds more plausible? My guess or Candice's guess?
Do you
It's a
really
new
think I'm
segment
going to
called
commit?
What Do You
I'm a
Believe?
politician. We don't, no.
Yeah. He cleans up our messes. So y'all don't even
it be
know.
Funny? Here's the thing. Wouldn't it be funny if Danielle was related to the Harpers?
Oh, that was my third guess. It could be
Gunner's
Elaine.
illegitimate daughter, and then I've got to learn to deal with that because, I'm still vying for
And just
Dally
think about
Penny's love.
how mean they were to Danielle at the hospital. Just remember that, folks.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the next plot that we're going
Caitlin.
to talk about. Leslie and Alex lament over Caitlin. That's Caitlin and Laken. That's the spice I've given them.
That's the misname.
Their marriage and their own marriage until Colin overhears that Alex had relations in the biblical sense with Emma.
Amen.
Colin demands the truth, and Leslie wants it too. Alex fesses up. Leslie and Colin grill Alex on his intentions with Emma. Colin knocks Alex to the ground, and Leslie tells him to check into the hotel alone. A lot happened. A lot happened.
Well, even as Lacretia and Caitlin, I'm not a fan of this Alex character. Like, I do not like what he's doing to Colin, and as Caitlin, my brother. So, no, sir.
Listen,
go ahead.
I think that Alex, that's how you do it. You know, he's making it look he's making it look like Colin's a psycho because you always want to. It was like, oh God, he attacked me. If he's going to attack me, he'll attack you.
Gaslighting.
Yeah. Major gaslight. But also, I'm going back to Bratty Leslie, who, by the way, raise your hand. Yeah, thank you. Leslie's a brat. Love her, but hate her. I love and hate her character. And this is because also stand by your man, Leslie. Like, hello.
Well, no, wait a minute.
He doesn't know what she wants. Like, and that's why, get away from Colin.
Not a Housewives reunion. One at a time. I'm just kidding.
well, here's the thing about Leslie. So, I mean, to me, I think Leslie and Alex, how can I say this? Alex already lied to Leslie about Emma, point blank.
That's
So
what
there's
the
some.
Bennett men do.
Well, you know what? Like father, like son. There you go. Learn your lesson the hard way. Okay, just saying. I think with Alex just stirred the pot. You know, he kept stuff from his wife, and now you got Colin. I'm gonna be honest. I was waiting for this because
me too.
it's like everybody's just like kind of tiptoeing around. Like, okay, Alex, Emma, Leslie, Colin. So sorry, Alex, you had it coming.
Mm-hmm.
You had it coming.
He had
He
it
had
coming.
it coming. By the way,
Lacretia, we
yesterday
don't
was,
have the rights to that. Even though I love that.
well, yesterday was World
Yeah.
Theater. Well, yesterday was World Theater Day, so I think we can sing at least two songs without going over the 2-minute mark.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So,
But also, there was I don't know if anybody else picked up on this. Colin was saying, I'm gonna go see my Aunt Melanie. What could he ever possibly talk to Aunt Melanie about? I bet we're gonna find out in the next episode.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that.
And gotta give it, you know, at least Gunnar has good genes, because us siblings there, the Harper siblings, we both have the ladies fighting over us. So you got Caitlin and Colin,
yeah,
you know, now because he's got Leslie and Emma. I've got Caitlin has Sky, and so yeah, apparently I'm just saying as my character. I'm really not
just like the attention.
Like,
just like the attention.
yeah.
Candice, what is the final plot that we have to talk about? And we're gonna call it a hot plot.
This is the hot plot. So I'm looking back here because I remember. So Caitlin decided to cancel their big trip. And because of everything that's going on, there's a certain somebody who Caitlin runs to. Somebody who has the heart of an angel and has the voice of, well, pretty much it's Sky. So Caitlin, you know, Sky shares a moment. Sky's like, come here, baby. I'm here for you. You know, I'm right here. I understand you. I get you. And the next thing you know,
who hasn't done this before? Who hasn't manipulated like that before? I mean, come on.
Exactly. But, you know, her heart's in the right place because she understands, you know, she understands Caitlin right now. And next thing you know,
oh, geez.
Events transpire.
So Sky's dreams have come true.
It's all working out perfectly.
So,
but also, and I gotta give it up to you. I gotta give it to you, Lacretia, because you really, as Caitlin, you just believe her frustration.
Yeah.
I mean, you feel for her because in this moment she's so vulnerable because of this, but already it's like, okay, cancel the trip, say what happened, and kind of like say your piece and leave. But this is a soap opera, so we know that's not going to happen.
It's never that
of course,
simple.
But there's so many questions that I have. Is so now what with Sky and Caitlin? What's going to happen to Laken? What is Gunnar going to do when he finds out? Is Gunnar and Jonah going to have a battle? Is Danielle really Gunnar's other kid? Who knows? I don't know.
Who is Eric Cotton's father?
That should be, that's the story right there. That's the story.
And that was only one episode, by the way. I have to say, for the season, the mid-season premiere, that was only one episode, and so much happened.
So much. Yeah, well, you got, and tomorrow, I'm just going to give y'all a heads up.
Tomorrow in a day.
Tomorrow in a day.
People will search for tomorrow to find forever in a day.
Good job, Matthew.
You're welcome. But Mackenzie, Lacretia, Brett, thank you so much for coming on to our show. So let's start off. Mackenzie, we love to plug some social media over here. Where can the guests find you? And I know I'm going Irish with that, but where can the guests find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Mack the Bell, MACK the Bell. That's pretty much it. I do have a Twitter, but I never really use it.
So Instagram.
I don't even know what the handle is. It might be Mack the Bell as well.
If I don't follow you, I'm going to follow you already.
Okay.
Lacretia, where can everyone follow you? Where can everyone follow you?
Well, since I'm Lacretia Lyon, guys, you can always find me at LACRETIALYON anywhere on the internet, since there is only one.
Brett, what about
You're
you?
so
Where can
lucky.
people find and follow you?
You can find me on Instagram at Brett Lawrence, spelled the normal way. Brett Lawrence 621.
Big.
So, but if you are a fan of Gunner, you're not going to like Brett. So,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Candice,
Yeah.
where can everybody follow you and find you?
Well, you guys can find me on Instagram at CandyMac82. You can find me on Twitter at CandyPoo. Yeah, that's where you can find me. You can
Well,
find me in my house.
And if you want to find me, just like how Donovan found Stephanie, I promise I won't kick you in the family, Jules, if you follow me at Preston NYC. And actually, that's also my Twitter as well. I do a little tweeting, but you can also go to my website at matthewpreston.me, not .com, .me.
Right.
Yeah.
But you also can follow Forever and a Day at FAAD Podcast on Instagram and on Twitter. Also the Forever and a Day Podcast on Facebook. Also, make sure you guys, I don't know, I'm just gonna plug it again. Make sure to head over to Amazon.com for the Forever and a Day book series by James Lott Jr., who is the president and CEO of JLJ Media.
James Lott.
Make sure you subscribe. Yeah, he does have a lot of entertaining qualities and material. Make sure.
And also, don't forget, you can find Forever and a Day on Spotify, iHeartRadio, or how I like to listen to it, FAADseries.com. And just click on the episodes and you will find the latest episode. So from all of us at Forever and a Day After Show Season 2, goodbye.